14 years ago, I woke up in excruciating pain. And it felt like somebody poured gasoline on me, lit a match, and left me to burn. Or imagine it this way. We all know what it feels like to have a needle stick us. Well, imagine thousands and thousands of needles sticking you all over your body, and you're feeling that sensation burning through you from the inside out. That is what I felt that night. So I was rushed to urgent care where a doctor told me that I must have been exposed to or eaten some type of toxins. And that is why my body was reacting the way it was. So he gave me some medicine and sent me on my way. Well, needless to say, that it wasn't until I saw 4 neurologists, went through several medical tests, and tried several other medicines because that one didn't work, that I was finally diagnosed with fibromyalgia. Now, I need to get you to understand I had a lot of other things going on with me at that time. You see, I just landed a brand new job, and I had to move 2.5 hours away from my family. So that physical support system that I would usually have was not there. So I found myself in a town where I knew no one, had brand new coworkers, was trying to find new doctors, and I was utterly alone. And that led me down the path of hiding in plain sight. And you see what I mean by hiding in plain sight? I mean that there were times where I would be in so much pain, but I had to try to ignore it and go to work because I just got a brand new job and I didn't want to call in. There were times where I felt so sad, but I had to force myself to smile. There were times where I had to laugh, where I really just wanted to cry. Or there were times where I had to be sociable, where I really just wanted to be left alone. You see, I was hiding in plain sight. And as I was going through this medical and emotional turmoil, it led me down this spiral into this roller coaster where I delved deep into a depression. And I started having anxiety, and this overwhelming sense of sadness pressed itself upon me. And all I saw was darkness and that there was no way out. And I felt like nothing and no one could help me until one night. You see, one night as I was sitting on the couch with my sadness and my anxiety and my depression sitting right there beside me, and we were watching YouTube videos. And you know, YouTube was doing what it usually does. They'll show you random videos that you never searched for in your life. Well, this particular night, the algorithm decided it wanted to grace me with a video on how to crochet. Now, I never heard of crochet, knew nothing about it, but being the curious person that I am, I decided to click the button and start to watch the video. And as I started watching this video, something interesting happened. See, guys, my inner being that was so weighed down with the sadness and depression and anxiety took notice and it sat up. And I heard this voice in the back of my head that said, I want to learn how to crochet. Now, again, mind you, I knew nothing about crochet. And at that time, I lived by myself. So I answered myself. I was like, I don't know about that. Because you know how we think those thoughts to ourselves, like, that's interesting, but I don't know if I should try that. But as I continued watching the video, the voice in the back of my head got louder and it became insistent. I want to learn how to crochet. I want to learn how to crochet, until I started verbally saying it that I want to learn how to crochet. So I made up my mind that night that I was what? Going to learn how to crochet. So I go to work the next day because I was so excited, and I go to my coworkers to tell them about the video I saw and the decision of me learning how to crochet. And when I tell them, they didn't kind of have the reaction that I thought they were going to have. You know, one of them looked at me and says, oh, isn't that for old people? Don't you have anything else better to do with your time? And another person said, well, yeah, my grandmother used to crochet little dollies and stuff. Girl, you need to find something else to do because I don't think that was going to work. And y'all, I was so taken aback by what they said that I almost listened to them. But being the stubborn person that I am, I ignored them. So when I got off work, I went to Walmart. I bought me a blue crochet hook, a red ball of yarn because red is my favorite color. And I go back to the house and I sit back down on the couch with my depression, my anxiety, and my sadness still there with me. Turn on the video and I start to practice trying to learn how to crochet. And I watch the video, pause, do it, mess up, start again. Watch the video, pause, do it, mess up, start again. And I noticed something as I was working and I looked up to the side of me, the sadness and the depression and the anxiety that used to sit so close on me that I felt it was actually down the couch. Now, I'm not saying that they totally left me, but what I am saying is that the pressure that they used to gain on me had eased up. And that opened the door to where I started my fiber arts journey. And guys, what a journey it has been. It has been so awesome, and I have learned so many things. And I want to share those things with you. And the first thing that I've learned is that for me, and I'm going to say this for me, fiber arts is a tool that has helped to improve my mental health. Again, as I learned to do different stitches and try a more complex pattern, the anxiety and depression and sadness that used to engulf me eased up. So it allowed me to not focus on my situation, allowed me to not focus around me, but one singular task, and that was learning how to do crochet. So crochet for me is a tool that has helped to improve my mental health and has helped me throughout my healing process. Another thing throughout my journey, guys, I learned that crochet is the gift that keeps on giving. You see, once I learned these stitches, I started making hats and blankets and scarves and these little rabbits and beanie babies, all kind of stuff. And I would give them away to people. And I received so much joy and happiness of seeing those people's reactions from those items. So I wanted to do it again. And then I wanted to share it with everybody else. So I started a crochet group and taught other people how to crochet so that we as a group could make things and donate them to people in need. You see, fiber arts is a gift that keeps on giving. And my last thing is that through fiber arts, y'all, my social circle has blown up. You were talking to a girl that was in a city that knew nobody. Now I know people from all over the world. People who are knitters, crocheters, weavers, spinners, who process wool. We love everything and are addicted to one thing, and that thing is the sheep. I find myself not alone. So here I am talking to you 14 years later, where I own my own fiber arts business, where I've been featured in 3 magazines, have taught at 3 national conferences. And I'm here to tell you this, that nobody, guys, want to get sick. None of us do. But I promise you that if I did not get sick, if I was not allowed to walk through that storm, I would not be here to stand in front of you to tell you that there is a way out, that there is hope, that you don't have to hide in plain sight, because I know many of you, even though you may not admit it to yourself, in here are. And that is one thing I want you to do. I challenge you. I challenge you to find that thing that speaks to your heart, that speaks to your soul, that calls your inner being to stand up and pay attention. I challenge you to go after it. Ignore people who were like my coworkers, but be like me, who persistent in the pursuit of being healed, in the pursuit of finding something that is beyond what you think you could do. For here, this is how fiber arts helped save my life. So I challenge all of you to find that one thing that will help you save yours.
Wow. Right?
Give them another round of applause, please. Fantastic.
Well, we hope you enjoyed as much as we did getting to hear each of these amazing talks today. We hope that you feel encouraged and inspired by what you've heard from each of our amazing speakers. We really want to thank each of our 5 speakers who are part of our GTC family for the work, the dedication, the energy they brought to us today. We are so proud of you all.
And as we close out our program today, we know you might want to have the opportunity to meet our speakers. They're going to be down here in the front. Perhaps you have a word of encouragement or congratulations. I know they would welcome engaging with all of you, so they'll be down here in the front. So again, thank you for attending Tech Talks, our thoughts, our stories, our people. Thank you all.